think? I don't know. Let's just see if anyone comes. Oh, 2 people. I don't know if I can see my chat. Let's have a look. Let's try that. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hi, Gail. Hi. Hi. Oh, who's that? Andrea. Hi, Two Tall Stitches. Hi. Southern Utah. Hello. Welcome. All of a sudden, I've got a frog in my throat. Merry Christmas. Yes. Yeah, I can see you too. Well, I can see your chat. Hi, April. How are you doing? Hello. Las Vegas. Wow. Hi, Hannah. Louisiana. Atlanta Stitcher. Hello. Hello. Oh, apparently I can watch myself live now. Let's take that notification off. This is weird. Hello. Hi. I'm not just going to say hi to people for an hour. How are we doing? Who else have we got? Amy, I saw your message. I just haven't replied to it yet. Nebraska. Oh my gosh. Canada. They're coming too thick and fast now. Indiana, Virginia, Michigan. Cold Indiana. It's been really cold here actually. Probably not as cold as there, but it has been really cold. Alabama. Ooh, exciting. Oh, they're going through so quickly now. Scotland. Hello. Minnesota. Oh, well, it's so nice to see everyone. And to be trying to do a live. It's a bit of a weird thing. Stowe, Ohio. Is OH Ohio? The village I used to live in was called Stowe. Stowe on the Wold, where the wind blows cold. Buckinghamshire. Morpeth. I've been to Morpeth. My outlaws live in Cramlington, so not very far from Morpeth. I went to the little kids Lido. It's not even a proper swimming pool. The little paddling pool thing. It's much deeper than I thought it was going to be. Right. We'll just give a few more people a chance to jump on. So I've really got stitching with them. Netherlands, Ontario. 50 miles away. Whereabouts 50 miles away? Cheltenham. I know Cheltenham really well. I used to live not far from Cheltenham, my old stomping ground. Rochdale. Philadelphia. Ah, okay. From Wales. Minnesota. Stitching Barbara Anna Dancer. That's the deer, isn't it? With the Swansea. Yeah, Swansea's not that. Burford. As in Burford, Oxfordshire. I know there as well. Really well. Great garden centre. Newcastle on Tyne. Hi. Tyne. Hi, Chloe. Central Florida. Utah. Tennessee. Queen of Peace. Queen of Peace. Is that Mirabilia? Not Forgotten Farm. Oh, we've got some stitching going on then. I have got a little bit of stitching to show you. I've done a little bit. Let's start off with the Home for Captured Children, which is behind here, and I forgot to have a look and see where the number was. What day is it today? The 18th. There it is. Let's see what they're up to today. Oh yeah, just finished watching the World Cup. Argentina won, didn't they? Oh, we've got mice. They're rodent infested. Hi from Australia. They're rodent infested today. Let me show you. Whoops. So, I've got a little mouse lighting a candle on the Christmas tree, ready to burn the place down. There's 3 of them, rodent infested. I've enjoyed this calendar. It's been good. Home for Captured Children. Yeah, we quite like the Home for Captured Children. Let me show you what I have been stitching on. Ooh. I decided, well, we've got all sorts of chaos going on here. Montana, hello. I decided that I was going to get my stocking back out. Oh, the Evertote countdown. I wish I'd got onto that. It looks fab. Prairie School of Santa. Oh, nice. So I'm going to be working on this one. Oh, I finished my inchy, but where it is, I don't know. I'll show you it in a minute. So I decided to have a little bit more of a go on this one today, and that's kind of where I got to. So I did a little bit more work up here, and this is going to be the teddy bear, I think. So it was a really, really great kit, really great kit. I'm really loving it. And it was in my bag from Pauline. Great bags. Great bags. I'm quilting a last minute quilt. Oh dear. I did a Christmas quilt like 3 years ago. I've done the top and I've not quilted the rest of it. Did I ever finish the 4 Santas in the old window? I've finished 2 of them. But then, oh no, dropped the needle in the cat. But then as soon as December rolled around and I kind of knew I should be stitching on it, I didn't want to stitch on it. So what I've done is I've displayed the 2 Santas, and then I will finish the 4 to go in the rest of the window. Yeah, ready for next year. Because you can bet your bottom dollar, as soon as Christmas is finished, I will want to stitch on them. Because that's just the way I am. That's just the way I am. So I also did some of my Prairie Schooler. This is called Weatherwise, and I'm doing the top one here. And where is it? I wonder if it's going to look the right colour. Oh, Australia again. Must be. Is it really late for you in Australia? Am I going the right way? So that green looks so much better since I've added a few more colours. It just looked really, really dark before, but now it looks about the right colour now that I've started to add in some of the background. I missed out to leave one of the stitches for the trunk of the tree, so that one's just not going to get a tree trunk. They haven't all got a tree trunk. So that's what I'm stitching that one on. What else? What else do we do here? Hello to London. Oh, I feel like I'm on the Eurovision Song Contest now. I can go round and get all of your points. Monday, 5:30 Monday AM, 5:30 AM. So that must be Australia. Must have been somebody from Australia. Oh, my old head of department is just like my photo. I wonder if he's going to join on. We'll see. Right, what else? UK nil point probably. Although we did come second last time. We did come second. What else? I'm all discombobulated now. Hi Mrs B, nice stitching from Scarlett and Charlie. Hi Scarlett and Charlie. Yes, I teach Scarlett and Charlie. Hi New York. There we go. Oh, it's nice to have some pupils along. We'll see how many, if any of them are turn up. New Zealand, Texas. Right, should we have a look and see what we've got in here? So, number 18. Ooh, another nails ink. Be your incredible self. I don't think that's the colour. What's the colour? Baby, it's gold outside. That's what it is. There we go. Lovely. Good, good, good. No points for Germany. We love old traditions. Oh dear. South Yorkshire. Santa Rose, California. Ohio. So nice. I wish I could almost like have a map, like a weather map, where I could just pin people to see where everybody's from. It's just amazing. It's just amazing. So what else do you want to see? What else do you want to see? I've got a chart. I have got a freebie actually. I've got a chart that I purchased. I've got some things that people had said that they wanted to see. How many of the Santas have you finished? 2 of them. Yeah, 2 out of the 4 of them. No doubt, as I said, as soon as Christmas is finished, I'll want to stitch on them. I've got the frame right there, ready for them to go in, but I've only finished 2 of them. The 3rd one's pretty much, it was about half done. What's the sample hanging over my head? This one. Let me get it down. So, this one is Harriet Elizabeth Coe by Brenda Gervais. And I stitched this one quite a long time ago now, actually. I can't remember. I think it's a 32 count, but it's what colour that is. I don't know. I don't think it's summer khaki. It might be khaki, but I don't think it's summer khaki. I've seen you in school. If you're from school, then you probably have seen me in school. There we go. So there's that one. Anything else you want to see that you know I've done? How is the plaque progressing in the household? Oh, the plague. Yeah, it was quite bad. Ness slept in our bed last night. Chris went onto the bedroom floor because he doesn't like her bed. He thinks it's really uncomfortable. But she just coughed all night, and then I woke up this morning with sort of like a sore throat. And again, this will be about the 3rd time that I've had it. But when you've got a small child coughing in your face all night, it's more than likely to happen. So I'm just hoping that the teacher immune system gets me through. No, it's not really called the Home for Captive Children. I just call it that because it just looks it just looks like zebra. So that was the Mary Catherine Harris by Erna Hiscock that had a zebra on it. Sarah, did we meet at Patchwork Rabbit? If you work in school, do you work in a petri dish? Yeah, it feels like that at the minute. It's so much, I think, because everyone's... Hi, Courtney. I think everyone's kind of... immune system's not quite as should it be? Where was I on the 12 days of Christmas? I'd forgotten about that totally, actually. That was one of my grand plans in July. I think I've probably finished 3, maybe starting on 4. That was one of my plans, actually, was to dig that one out. Hi, Miss B. Dr. Smith. Don't know what that means. Fabrics by Crafty Kate. Fabrics by Crafty Kate. Hello, this is your fabric. It's fabulous. Crafty Kate does a oh, how many? I think I just saw somebody ask me how many whips. I'll get back to that. So this is a Crafty Kate fabric. She does a fabric club. I don't know whether she's got any spots open at the moment, but it's really good. How many whips do I have? So how many whips would I have? I had about 70 odd the last time I counted, and I definitely think that I have added more than taken away. I doubt it's at 100. Yeah, I doubt it's at 100, but I would say it's probably 80s. So Crafty Kate does have spots open for her fabric club. So if you go onto Facebook, you will find her stitch there. And I know I've just missed a question. I was going to answer a question. I've just missed one. Baltimore quilt sampler. I haven't worked on that for ages, actually. Yeah, I haven't worked on that for ages. Fabric for 3 red pairs is Fox and Rabbit Desert Taipan, which is coming out at National Needle Market this year. Will I be reproducing any more antique samplers? I will. I have just about finished. She's still out of her frame, so we're being very How do I find the time to teach, be a mum and have a life? I don't do any housework. So my Norfolk, which is still out of her frame, I have just about, okay, see you tomorrow. I've just about finished charting her, so I want to start stitching that over the, oh, there's something behind there, that means she's not sitting flat. I want to start stitching that over the Christmas holidays, hopefully for a release early on. Where did I get to a year in the woods? I started a lot of them. So I finished the fox, most of the way through the swans. Oh, Albus is downstairs. He's not coming up here. Maybe soon. Maybe before Christmas I'll get him on. So finished the fox, finished the swans, started the next 3, and then didn't do any of the autumn ones, and then I've gone back and I've started the deer. So I've probably done, I would say, about 25%, but across several of them. Did I have a favourite brand of needle? Not really. I like a size 28. Hi Toronto. I like a size 28 needle pretty much for most counts. But yeah, where do I find the antique samplers? If I don't see your question, just ask me again. The Santa key, right? Where do I find them? Mostly on eBay, but occasionally in other. Oh, thank you. Occasionally in other places as well. I found the odd one on Etsy. I found one on Facebook Marketplace, that sort of thing. So there's the Santa key. So this was from, I want to say, the 2016 edition of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine. So, and I did the back differently. I think it had a stitched back, or it certainly used the same fabric on the back, but I did a different one. And then I just bought an old key, a nice old one. Somebody said that they enjoy the freebies. What I'm going to try and do over the Christmas holidays is I'm going to try and put every freebie that I've ever shown you, which are all listed on my various different drop downs, and I'm going to try and put them into a file so that you can kind of access them all. When you buy them without seeing them in person, how do you make sure they're getting a good deal? Fingers crossed. I suppose it's a little bit different for me buying them, because if I know I'm going to reproduce them, I sort of have an idea about how much revenue they might bring in, and I take that into account with some of them. If it's one that I really want and it's a little bit more pricey, I take that into account. Oh, it's an amazing magazine, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. If you're not subscribed to it, you need to. Must stitch plans for 2023. I must stitch my antique samplers that I've got. I've got a few here to show you. I know somebody had asked to see the windmill again, and the one with the countries on it. And I do have one that I've never shown you actually, and I've ordered another one. But I don't think that'll be there before Christmas. And one of the ones, are you still charting the red bird? Yes. Although I should have finished it by now because it's really not very big. It's really not very big. Yeah, one of the samplers that I showed you, this one here. Oops. That one is just over with Roxy Flossco at the moment. So we're hoping to do a collaboration on that one. And Kerry's hoping to put together a floss pack for me for that one. Do you know what count fabric you sent for Santa's workshop key? Where is it? I would guess it's 32. Yeah, I would guess it's 32. Do I have any other hobbies besides cross-stitching? Collecting cross-stitch stuff. Not really, not really. I think I've got enough kind of clutter. I need to get back to doing some exercise. I have been a little bit sedentary with the old cross stitch, taking up so much time, but then I think everybody can probably say that. Do you want to see the windmill? Do you want to see the windmill one? If the lady who'd asked me to show that is on. It's all right, I've got them all kind of stacked really. So this is the windmill. Do you use a computer program? Yes, I use PC Stitch. So this is the windmill. She is by, I can't even remember what her name is now, Margaretta Jones. I think she's from the Wrexham area because I think that is a windmill that's up in the Wrexham area. And it says, I'm not even going to have a go at that one, Guelch disc. No, I'll have to ask my daughter what that actually says. But it's something about better healthy than rich, something like that, from memory. I have translated it before, but it's something like that. The colours on the back are about the same on the front, but I don't know if you'll be able to see, but if I come under the frame, this green, I think this green actually was blue originally, but I do like it green because I like the contrast between the green and the red. So I had thought about doing a oops, sorry, just bodged the camera. I had thought about doing a 2-colour conversion, and that's kind of why I stopped on it a little bit, but she's pretty big, and I think she's stitched on about 11 count. But yeah, I like the colours this way. I do like the sort of bright red and the paler green together. But like I said, I've never definitively found her, but I think there is a girl up near Wrexham way, and the Wrexham, this looks like a windmill that was up near Wrexham. So there was that one. Have I found any good fonts? Not particularly. I tend to find that if you put a font into it, it just looks a bit weird sometimes. They've got some fonts in PC Stitch, but I tend to use something like, oh, who did the book with all the motifs in it? Oh, I can't think now. And normally when this happens to me, I can put it up on the screen. Who did the... not Jeanette Douglas, I want to say Brenda Keys. I tend to use her book for some of the fonts, or take the font off a stitch that I've already got. Me too. Yeah, no, Brenda Keys, that was it, thank you. No, I can't think of many others with windmills either. Yeah, so that's why I particularly liked that one, and she's a Welshie too. So is it Ravensmoor windmill you're thinking of? Oh, drop me a DM on Instagram and I will think about that one. I've got pictures of it. Haha. So yeah, I'm sure I've got pictures of it somewhere. It doesn't ring a bell. It doesn't ring a bell anyway. Somebody asked to see this one as well. So this one is Martha Faraday. Where do I buy my fabric? Patchwork Rabbit, Peakside Needleworks. I tend to buy a lot of actually just plain white from the Wool Warehouse, and then I dye it myself. I'll tell you the other place that has really good fabric is a place called Fobbles, F-O-B-B-L-E-S. And they have a lot of unusual cuts, so cuts which are like just over the fat quarter. So if you've got a sample that's just over a fat quarter and you don't want to have to do a half yard, they have sometimes odd bits that are just over the fat quarter. So there we go. So this was the one that somebody had asked me. That was me. Yeah, I've got all the fabric and the thread for it, and I have actually started charting it. I bought this one from Erna Hiscock actually, and she had it. It came from the Fella collection, and good. I'm glad the cat's safe. This one actually had. There was another one that she had, which had all the kings and queens on it, but I missed that one. It was a little while after this one, but yeah, it's beautiful. So I need to do a bit of research. Create Nostalgia, yeah, Create Nostalgia. Create Nostalgia do a lot of perming. They've got a lot of different perming ones actually. It is lovely, isn't it? Lovely, lovely. Do you want to see one that you haven't seen? Or that you might have seen in the background somewhere? This one is going to be released next year. And this is A. Burnhope. Now she shouldn't reflect because she's got reflective, anti-reflective glass on it. Peakside are amazing. In fact, all our shops are amazing, I think, in the UK. They do a sterling job of getting things that are actually really difficult to get hold of. So this one has been in the background, but it hasn't, I haven't made a fuss about it or shown it before. I don't know exactly where she comes from, but the name comes from Northern England, kind of Scottish borders. If you search that surname, it's, I'm sorry, what's the name again? The name of what? Sorry. So this is one of the ones that doesn't have the J on it. Yeah, this is one of the ones that doesn't have the J on it, because they used to be able to use, or they used to use the I and the J interchangeably. So it's not in this alphabet up here. And from memory, H-I-J. Yeah, it's not on the bottom one either. There we go. Where did I get my jumper? Well, you can get it from my Tmall store. The link's normally in the drop-down box. Just go to any of my videos, most recent ones, it's in the drop-down box. The border was what attracted me as well. When I first saw it, I thought it was Scottish. So when I sort of looked into the name, and the lady in the shop actually said to me, she thought, thanks Scarlett, she thought it was Northern English borders, so that would fit, because I must admit, when I first saw it, I thought it was Scottish. But yeah, that is 18.95 on that one. But yeah, that one will be released next year. And I do have one other one here that I've never shown you, if you would like to see. Now this one doesn't have the anti-reflective glass on it, so I'm not quite sure how easy it's going to be to see because it's quite dark. And this is a Scottish one. Oh, it's going to be really, really reflective. You'll get to see the chaos that doth surround me. So, got some peacocks at the bottom, and then some trees, sheep. This is an Ayrshire cow, because this is an Ayrshire sampler, so it's actually from about 10 miles away from my mum's from. Do that one first. Okay, so you've got initials at the top, and this was stitched by a girl called Barbara Gilmore, aged 13. Aged 13, and I found her, and I think it, from memory, I've not looked at her family tree for a while. I think it puts it about 1850. But what's really interesting, there's two things. The saying on it is, God rest you merry gentlemen, let nothing you dismay, for Jesus Christ our Saviour was born on Christmas Day. So it is actually a Christmas sampler. I thought they looked a bit like llamas as well. Now, Barbara Gilmore, there was another Barbara Gilmore in about 1650, 1700. Barbara Gilmore was responsible for bringing a specific cheese making process over from Ireland to Scotland, and she became Barbara Dunlop. She married somebody whose surname was Dunlop, and they live in Dunlop in Ayrshire, and she was responsible for that. Now, this Barbara Gilmore here, she lives about 8 miles away. From memory, I want to say it's Neilston. She lives about 8 miles away from the original Barbara Gilmore, the one that was responsible for bringing the cheese making process over. And I've taken her family tree back to the 1650s, and I can't find the crossover. And I've started with Barbara Gilmore, the other Barbara Gilmore's family tree, and brought it forward a bit, but I haven't found the crossover yet. But there's got to be one. They're so close together in proximity, and you've got the Ayrshire cow and the farming theme. I think somewhere there's got to be a crossover. So I will probably save that one for the latter part of next year, just because it's got the Christmas theme to it. So what else have I got to show you? Will you reproduce the red one? Yes, I will. I will get around to the red one. In many ways, the red one is slightly easier to reproduce, because I don't think I would necessarily need to do a model stitch for that one in order to reproduce it. I normally like to do a model stitch, but I don't think I'd need to for this one, because it's so clear that if I model stitched it, it would look exactly the same as it does here. Whereas the Barbara Gilmore one, I think you'd see a lot of differences. PC Stitch is the one that I use, but I know there's several different ones there. That's just the one I've already got to it. Hi, Autumn Fox and Rabbit Craft, Samantha, hi. How often do I dye my fabric? When the fancy takes me, usually. I'll usually probably dye about a couple of meters at a time, so it's worth getting all the dye pots out. But not all the same colour. I'll split it up into fat quarters. And usually I've got a couple of projects that I want to dye a specific colour for, and then I will just have a bit of fun and chuck a few colours together and see what happens. Because sometimes when you've got a fabric, it points you in the direction of a piece that you've not heard of before, or you've not thought of before, but then you suddenly realise you're holding in your hand the perfect piece of fabric for it. I don't. That would be the absolute dream goal, though, to start a fabric dyeing business. That would be amazing. Hopefully, you never know. I play the lottery every week, so you never know. Is that squirrel pincushion behind you? The squirrel is behind me. Excuse the dust. I didn't dust. Oh, it's got a pin in it. So I use Ancestry usually, and then if it's a Scottish one, I sometimes go on to Scotland's People as well. So that was a little velvet pincushion, and then this was my famous squirrel. It seemed to get a lot of attention that I bought. I am going to try and do a drum to sit on the top of that one, probably from some of the things that Teresa Kogat's done through her Patreon. Probably. There we go. Anything else you want to see? Anything that you know that I've got that might be within easy reach? Yeah, I'd really like to. But I'd need a place to do it. Yes, that's why sometimes I don't like Scotland's People quite so much. I only go on there if I really can't find anything on Ancestry. It's not that Ancestry doesn't contain anything Scottish at all. It's just Scotland's People can be a bit more accurate at times. But yeah, you pay per sort of view. So yeah, if you get the wrong thing, if it's not quite what you thought it was, you can soon rack up quite a big bill. Yes, yeah, Really does, really does. The one I've got that I'm waiting to excuse me, waiting to be delivered. The one that I've got that I'm waiting to be delivered is one that was started by a grandmother and then finished. Well, make him work for it, and then finished off by a granddaughter. And it's really interesting because it's the only sample I've ever seen where one of the rows of letters is backwards. So I can't wait to see it. Cheapest day I go to the records office. Yes, yeah. I love Edinburgh. I've only been once, but I really, really enjoyed it. I've got one little chart that I printed out. Now, who did I see stitching this? It's either, no, not Crafting Kirsty. I saw something from Crafting Kirsty that she posted, and then I went to the website and bought something else, but it wasn't a pattern. This must be Sally, I think. Sally had posted this one, which I just thought was lovely. This is by Acadia Stitchery on Etsy, and it's their Santa ornament for 2022. We're still on that crappy recycled paper, I'm afraid, but I will get through it all. And then the freebie that I'd picked out for tonight was this one from Sampler Bird Stitchery, which is just a little tree. A little tree. Was that about using auction sites? Yeah, I've looked on the auction sites and I have left a couple of bids on the auction sites, but I find their fees really high. So their sellers' fees can be up to like 30% of the final hammer price, which I mean, my dad was an auctioneer, so I understand about buyers' fees and sellers' fees and things like that. But yeah, up to 30% on top of the final hammer price, plus delivery usually. So it would have to be something that I really, really want. We break it up on Thursday. It would have been Friday, but we managed to get an extra inset day. We did what they call twilight. So it basically means that you do a longer school day, and it enables you to get rid of one of your inset days. So yeah, it would have been Friday. Nest doesn't finish till Friday. But I noticed somebody asked how everyone's feeling. Mum's feeling a lot better now. I think it hit her quite hard. It's just this awful kind of coldy, fluey, coughy thing that everybody seems to have. It's just horrible. Will you be posting the links after the live show? So the links to the stuff that I've talked about? Yeah, to be honest, I don't know what happens from here with YouTube. I'm not sure. Can I say who the freebie is again? It's by Sampler Bird Stitchery, and I think I found it from Facebook. Should we have a look and see what Patchwork Rabbit have sent? Yes, a lot of English schools finished on Friday, but then we don't go back till the 9th. So we get our 2 weeks after, whereas I think they get a week before and then they're back. Oh, excuse me. Then they're back sort of pretty quickly after New Year. Should we have a look and see what's in here? It's got a bit of a rattle to it. It's got a bit of a rattle to it, so let's have a look and see what is in here. Ooh, those are nice. Thread winders, 3 mother of pearl blackbirds. So there's 3. The Santa hippo, he was lovely. I've got him just behind me. I'll grab him out in a minute. So there's 3 like that from Kelmscott Designs. Oops, let's not put my hand over his face. We had in the last advent calendar some angels, actually, some threadwinder angels, and you might be seeing those again fairly soon. So just something to look out for. Where is he? don't finish till Friday. And then go back on the 2nd. Oh my goodness. There it is. All my patchwork. Oh, I don't blame you. I have to be really strict with myself. There's the little hippo that I finished. So he was cute. Slump put back on him. That is my Achilles heel, putting backs on things, I'm afraid. I put him on my Santa there. Yes, he was good. He was good. So that was the blue flower. And I think Janine McGowan has got a fantastic way with animals. Amazing. Any more questions? Anything else you want to know? Oh, just been waiting for Santa to come past. What grade do I teach? So my school is year 7, so that's 11 to 8, year 7, which is 11s, to year 13, which is 18-year-olds, but I only teach from year 9 upwards, so about 13, 14. Is my kitchen finished? More or less, more or less. I've still got a little bit of painting to do. Any salves? Now, this was my Achilles heel last year. I joined too many salves at the beginning, and now I've got loads to finish. I'm very taken with the Modern Folk embroidery one. Yeah, I don't know. Oh, the Brenda sampler stitcher one, Martha Evans, from, now the Welsh people who are watching will come correct my pronunciation, Ystrad Mynach. Did I go to the Jingle Ball? I did go to the Jingle Ball. It was really good. It was really good. Although it was a busy weekend for me in general. Have I ever done ice dyeing? I have had a go at ice dyeing. But what I found was with the powders, I found the powders split. So I ended up getting lots of like pinks and blues and things like that in weird places. So yeah. What am I having for Christmas lunch? Turkey. My mum makes the best duchesse potatoes. So what you do is you get your potatoes, you cook them, then you put some cream in, and you put them through a ricer, so they're really, really fine mash, and then you pipe them into little swirls, and then you put melted butter over the top of them and you put them in the oven, and then they go really, really crispy. But I tried to make them one year and they just definitely look like flat dollops, whereas my mum could get them really nicely piped. Roast potatoes, pigs in blankets, the usual things, but not a lot of veg. Roast parsnips maybe, but I am a bit of a veg dodger. I can't figure out how to print it. The page overlays. Sorry, I didn't see the first part of that question. I'll ask her for the recipe. I'll ask my mum for the recipe. Traditional dishes, mince pies, Christmas pud, although I have to be in the mood for Christmas pud. The best breakfast for Christmas morning is a tube of jelly tots, however. Always get a tube of jelly tots for Christmas, and they're like a little jelly sweet. I have actually joined a sal. Let me come back to that one. Yeah, and I generally eat a whole tube of those. Joined a sal. I nearly joined a sal. And it was the Dark Queen of the Seas by Autumn Lane Stitchery. Now, absolutely nothing wrong with the pattern and the chart, but it just turned, it wasn't my thing. I thought it might be, and I dyed some fabric ready for it, but by about the sort of 3rd or 4th instalment, I realised that actually it wasn't for me, but I hadn't started it at that point. I'd sort of decided to, jelly tots are scarce. What? Sorry, I'm easily distracted by jelly tots. Yeah, so I waited a few instalments to see how it panned out, and yeah, it just wasn't my bag, but it was beautiful, but it wasn't my bag. Sorry, I know I missed like loads of questions there. So if you've still got them, just copy them again. Oh, thank you. I'll try and watch this time. Do people decorate? Yes, they do. Not as much as in America. Charlie's asking that I ask you if you make your baubles on your Christmas tree out of stitch stuff. I haven't got any, not on the way downstairs, Scarlett, no, Scarlett and Charlie, I haven't got any stitching on that tree because I've got all my glass baubles on that tree. But I'm thinking that next year I really need a proper stitched tree because I am getting envious of seeing everybody. Girls, you'll have to do some stitching. Come and see me. If you put a question up and I missed it, just post it again. They came through in a big clump. Somebody asked me about this tree, actually. I remember that one on either put it in the backdrop. It'll be your Christmas stick. So this one was from IKEA. Anything I'm looking forward to stitching in 2023? The Brenda's big birthday sale, the Scarlet House one. I've just seen that Vicky Clayton. Vicky Clayton has just done a set of hand-dyed silks for that, so I'm quite tempted to try and get some of those. Are you dying for the Brenda Sal? Not sure. I'll have a look and see what I've got, because I've got quite a bit of Fox and Rabbit monthly stuff. Yeah, no, it's not everybody's tradition, it's just my tradition. Am I going to the Great British Sampler Weekend? Yes, I am. I can't wait. Tutorials, I can try, but I tend to pinch mine from far better people than me, so things like Vonna. Somebody had asked me how I finished these, my perforated paper. So what I do is I have got some sticky back velvet, ignore the dust on that, bacon butties, hot chocolate for Brenda Sal. I think it might have a bit too much pink in it, but I'm not sure. So that is sticky back velvet, and I've got some really strong double-sided tape as well, so I've got a layer of double-sided tape on there as well as the sticky back velvet, and then I cut round it and it seems to do the trick. I'm not sure the sticky back velvet on its own would be enough. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it, Mary. I'm doing the Great British Sampler Weekend. I am doing the Floss Friends one in July, which is up in Rochdale, I think, and I'm desperately trying to get my name on the list for one in the 2024 as well, because Jacob's doing a spot there, and then I'm also doing the Stitch London next year as well. Plans to visit the United States? Oh, I'd love to, but you'd have to drag me out. Rotherham, sorry, not Rochdale, Rotherham, you're right. Yes, you'd have to drag me out. I'd have to have visited all of the stitch shops before I left. A bacon butty is a bacon sandwich. Yeah, a bacon sandwich or a bacon roll, but usually a bacon sandwich. I'm not sure where the word butty comes from, actually. I've never thought about that. But you can have, we've got all sorts of different names for bread rolls in the UK. Barms. Now I can't think of any. Are there any dates for Stitch London? There are. I want to say about the 21st. BAP, yeah. Thank you, Scarlett. What do you call them in Wales? 21st or 22nd of October. Muffins. Bread and butter. Yeah, could come from that, couldn't it? Yeah. Cobs, yes. Bread cakes, barms, baps, you name it. You can tell where somebody comes from in the country as to what they call a bread roll. Oh, sorry, I've got a sore throat. Right, well, if there's no more desperate questions. Oh, just joined. How is Ness feeling? She's okay. Yeah, she's getting there. She's just got a cough. Just got a cough now. It produces copious amounts of stuff. But at least it's coming out. More than you needed to know there, I'm sure. Sani, yeah. Do I have any siblings? No, just me. Just me. Can you not tell I'm an only child? Patreons. I only have Teresa Koga at the moment. My headaches have gone. Yes, thank you. They have. Yeah, these are the sort of bluey ones. They probably look black to you, but they are actually blue frame. I've got the blue light reflective bits of the lenses look a little bit blue sometimes as well. But yeah, these are Tommy Hilfiger. Right, well, I'm going to say cheerio, and hopefully we can do this again really soon. It's been really, really fun. I'll see, well, I'm actually going to film Merry Christmas, Nancy. I'm actually going to film tomorrow's floss tube now. So I'm going to have to try and think of all sorts of different things to say. I will probably repeat some of the things because I'm not sure how many people will be able to watch this on the replay. I'll see. Yeah, Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you. Thank you for joining me. It's been great. Stay classy, Stitchers. Bye. Bye. I've got to work out how to stop it now. Right. I'm going to try. Cheerio.